1 second. The thin line between life and loss. In Uganda, there is no room for hesitation. The end doesn't just come from the ground. It ambushes from the swamps. It strikes from the treetops. Stay sharp as we enter Uganda, where buffaloes become lions' survival target. Queen Elizabeth National Park, tucked deep within the heart of the Albertine Rift. A geological scar stretching thousands of miles along the edge of the continent. Thousands of years ago, this was a hellscape of ash and lava. But today, those volcanoes have long gone quiet, turning into dazzling salt lakes. And the deadly ash of the past has become some of the most fertile soil in all of Africa. In the blazing wilderness of the dry season, a fierce clash has just erupted. The hunter has now unexpectedly become the one taking the hits. Cape buffalo herd has flipped the situation on its head. They're driving the top predators to flee in a frenzy. But for the lions of Ishasha, retreating upward isn't a sign of weakness. It's a masterclass in survival strategy. Lions here possess a rare skill, climbing. They turn the giant fig tree branches into natural fortresses. Up high, they escape the relentless nuisance of tsetse flies on the ground. And more importantly, from this prime vantage point, their razor-sharp eyes can scan the vast savanna with ease. Ishasha lions live in tight-knit small family units. Usually only 1 or 2 adult males, 4 to 8 females, alongside a growing generation of young cubs. What makes them unique is the role of the fathers. Unlike the roaming lifestyle often seen in other regions, male lions in Uganda choose to stick around for the long haul. They roam less and choose to stay to protect their families. Lions in Uganda have the lowest rate of adult male turnover in the entire East African region. This creates a more stable social structure. Male rivalries and power struggles give way to a calmer, more peaceful pride life. But at the same time, the lions are putting direct pressure on their elusive neighbor, the leopard. The rise of these new occupiers has forced the leopard to rewrite the rules of survival. They're pushed out of their familiar tree bases, forced to roam farther and work harder. In a stable ecosystem, leopards usually choose tall trees with thick canopies, like acacia or fig trees, to hide and stash their prey. But now that lions have started claiming the treetops, leopards have had to do the opposite. They hide in lower cover, move under the veil of darkness, and store their kills in dense underbrush, where no one would think to look. A master predator is not just one who knows how to take down prey, but one who knows how to disappear. Because if they run into each other on this shared territory, conflict is inevitable. And that's a fight the leopard is sure to lose. The lioness, with her sheer muscle mass, can completely overpower even the burliest male leopard. But this clever predator cannot afford to surrender and go hungry. Tonight, it will hunt. The sun dips behind the Ruwenzori Mountains. This range marks the natural border between the Congo and Uganda, home to a unique mix of wildlife, including more than 70 species of nocturnal predators. As the light fades, the savanna's sounds give way to mating calls, stealthy footsteps, and silent hunts. This is when Uganda changes its face. A different world comes alive. For feline predators, this is the moment when their vision is at its peak. Behind their retinas lies a special layer of cells, the tapetum lucidum. It acts like a biological mirror, reflecting light back through the eye, helping them see clearly in the dimmest conditions. It moves calmly toward the buffalo herd, without a sound. The disciplined unit of daylight now scatters in panic. Strike while the iron is hot, because come morning the tables will turn. With daylight, the vision of herbivores, poor during the night, will return. The mist will lift, bird song will ring out, announcing that the night hunter's shift is nearly over. In the wild, time is everything. This is the Ugandan kob, the national symbol among hoofed animals, a close relative of the impala. They live in large herds, incredibly fast and impressively agile. But today, luck has smiled on the leopard. Two male cob are locked in a brutal clash. They are tightly entangled and, more importantly, unable to run. Yet even the seasoned predator is unsure. The only way now is to wait patiently, so it can lock its focus on just one. By instinct, it carefully stores away its prize. Leopards can drag prey twice their own body weight up into high branches. That pulling power comes mostly from their shoulders and necks, designed with more muscle than bone, a structure completely different from that of lions. But its calculation is off. Unlike the heavy, laid-back male lions, lionesses are no strangers to climbing and can rival the leopard in agility. About 30% lighter than males, they carry a more flexible frame. They can climb to any height they desire. The leopard stands little chance against this opponent. But once again, fortune steps in. The leopard's nerve reflexes rank among the fastest in the feline family. It takes just about 20 milliseconds to shift from ambush to full sprint. The leopard escapes by a whisker. Mating season turns these peaceful grasslands into blazing battlegrounds. Hormones boil in their veins, pushing the males to become more aggressive than ever. Testosterone levels in male cob triple. Scent glands on their legs and necks release intense pheromones, marking territory and provoking rivals. Every ounce of fear is cast aside. All for one purpose only, to pass on their seed to the next generation. And the same story plays out once more. A moment of distraction in prey is nature's way of sending an invitation. With her muscular strength, the lioness wastes no time choosing her unlucky target. A swift ending. But the story would play out very differently if the hunt began from a greater distance. When alertness is back in play, the cob shows exactly why it's the symbol of speed. The Ugandan cob can run up to 80 kilometers per hour, leaping as high as 2.5 meters. With zigzag movements and high springing jumps, they throw lions off rhythm, a defense rooted in speed and artistry. Even the most seasoned hunters, like the lion, have no choice but to back off in defeat. The rainy season descends upon Uganda. In less than a month, the arid land transforms into lush green fields. Grass grows back so quickly it can reach up to an antelope's belly in just 10 days. But did you know that despite such richness, Uganda doesn't have more forested areas? The answer lies in the power of the giants, African elephants. Each day, a fully grown elephant consumes up to 150 kilograms of vegetation. They topple over invasive shrubs, snap low-hanging branches. This deliberate act of destruction is actually a form of creation. They tear open the dense forest canopy, letting sunlight kiss the ground. Research from Murchison Falls Reserve shows that when elephants thin out dense forests, the number of grass species can quadruple in just 6 months, feeding millions of antelope, buffalo, and zebra, the lifeline of natural predators. This is the golden time of life. Tiny creatures are being born one after another. But the law of survival leaves no room for rest. When the lionesses are busy fulfilling their maternal roles, they can't go hunting. The weight of survival falls on the shoulders of the male lion. This is when his fatherly instinct kicks in, rare but incredibly important. No longer the lazy king, he becomes a responsible father by bringing along his growing sons. Into a training session, young lions begin tagging along on hunts at around 1 year old, but they only observe, learning hunting behaviors through mimicry and modeling. The father's trick is simple. Knock the prey down before going for the neck. The elephant is massive, but this young one lacks experience and has slow reflexes. A 500-kilogram meal isn't too difficult. One young elephant can feed an entire lion pride for about 3 days. But to rise to the rank of a leader, the young lions still have much to learn. A few days later, those over 2 years old, nearly grown and preparing to leave the pride, will face another test. Hunting giants that are even more fierce, African buffalo. This is a true challenge. A blow from their crescent-shaped horns can bring down even a fully grown lion in seconds. But an adult African buffalo can weigh up to 900 kilograms. A reward worth its weight in gold. In the wetlands, buffalo herds gather like living fortresses. They're among the most formidable creatures around, ready to flip the script with just one strike. But the lions have learned their lesson the hard way. Never turn your back on your enemy. Those horns show no mercy. So do the opposite. Surround them. Approach from the prey's blind spot at the rear. Patience is a virtue. It chips away at the prey's strength until it collapses. Victory. The metallic scent of the buffalo carcass drifts through the air, like an open invitation to a feast. The first uninvited guest arrives. Spotted hyena. They have jaws powerful enough to crush bones. Their unique digestive system allows them to absorb calcium from the toughest bones that lions leave behind. Their droppings, once dried, turn chalky white, a telltale sign of a nose-to-tail meal. And from above, vultures, eyes sharper than any lion's, have locked onto the scene. With vision 8 times better than humans and the ability to spot a carcass from over 1,200 meters high, they are the final safeguard against outbreaks. A vulture's stomach has a pH level close to 1.0, as acidic as car battery fluid. It can dissolve bacteria from anthrax and cholera, things that would overwhelm any other animal. They are cleaning up the land. While the pride is out hunting, one lion is eager to prove himself by going solo. A buffalo calf isn't too hard a target. He keeps this reward for himself. But someone is lurking. It doesn't know the lion's rules and doesn't care because it has been starving for over a month. The Nile crocodile just wants to snatch the prize quickly. But it's not that simple. The Nile crocodile has the strongest bite force of all, so the lion chooses to compromise. The Nile crocodile's act of snatching food isn't personal. In Africa, 75% of their encounters happen right at the water's edge. They see movement and opportunity. Anyone who steps too close to the edge or the marshes shares the same fate, even a buffalo. Buffalo have an endless love for cool, muddy wallows. They roll in the mud to cool off and keep biting insects at bay, but the price for that pleasure can be steep. Only about 20% of land in the Ishasha region stays dry year-round. The rainy season turns this terrain slick and unstable. Up on higher ground, the lion pride avoids the soggy, muddy earth. Their eyes fixed on the buffalo wading into the slush below. If lucky enough to escape the crocodile's jaws, buffalo still face another invisible threat: gravity. With a body mass close to 1 ton, they can easily get bogged down. Buffalo hooves are cloven, which gives great traction on firm soil, but they create pressure points in mud. Each step becomes like driving a stake into the ground. The rule of survival when stuck in the marsh is stay calm and lift your body out slowly to break the suction pull. But for a creature as hot-headed and easily startled as the buffalo, calm is a luxury. They thrash, panic, and sink even deeper. Once again, the lions prove themselves to be masters of timing. They won't pounce if the ground is too soft, as their attack could slip. Instead, they watch the trapped prey, then strike. Beneath the murky water, the Nile crocodile silently retreats. It doesn't fight the lionesses for the prize. It will wait for another mistake. Take a closer look at this ancient killing machine, the largest reptile in Africa. Along the rugged skin around its jaws are thousands of pressure sensors, more sensitive than the tips of human fingers, allowing it to detect the slightest vibrations of a buffalo herd lowering their heads to drink. The crocodile's jaws clamp down on the buffalo's snout. These jaws are built for destruction. The bite force is like having a truck pressed down on a space the size of a postage stamp. Once those cone-shaped teeth lock in, getting loose is nearly impossible. But buffalo are incredibly resilient, and they've learned a special trick: back up. Back up until they pull the predator out of its comfort zone. The Nile crocodile's nervous system slows when exposed to dry air. The continent's largest reptile once again comes up short. Old buffalo who've survived attacks often lead the herd. They remember the risky waters and respond to predators with hard-earned experience. The water's surface grows still again. In the swamps and green savannas where lions reign, violence is the only language. But to find the true soul of Uganda, we must leave the mud behind and look up to where the Virunga volcanoes touch the white clouds. Welcome to Bwindi, the impenetrable forest. At over 2,000 meters in elevation, the air grows thin and chilly. This is the final frontier of the wild, a refuge for another royal lineage, even more iconic than lions, the mountain gorilla. They cannot survive behind glass in zoos. They belong only here. And Uganda holds the fate of more than half the remaining global population. Behold this ruler. Just as a lion's mane darkens with age, when a male gorilla passes the age of 12, the hair on his back turns silver. A king has come of age. His bite is strong enough to crush even the toughest old bamboo. He must be stronger than all, because peace in Bwindi does not come from compromise. It is upheld by strength and fear. Gorilla society is an absolute harem system. One single silverback holds ultimate power. He claims all the females in the group. The young males, known as blackbacks, have only 2 options: total submission or permanent exile. And when power is challenged, or when a stranger crosses into his territory, he puts them in their place. Snapping branches, letting out high-pitched screams, chasing relentlessly until the intruder flees. But raw strength is only the outer shell, the true tool that has kept them alive for millions of years. Lies behind those deep-set eyes. Intelligence. They are the natural-born inventors of the forest. Without being taught by anyone, they know how to strip leaves from branches to make tools for ant fishing. They know how to use large tree trunks as ladders. And even more astonishing, they use sticks to measure the depth of swamps before crossing. A logical mind, solving complex survival problems. And when night falls, they transform into master architects. Gorillas never sleep in the same nest twice. In just 5 minutes, they can bend branches, weave soft leaves, and create a cozy, secure bed on the ground or in the trees. Scientists believe this habit of building new homes helps them avoid ticks and parasites that build up in old nests. But above all, what leaves us truly in awe is their emotional range. They laugh when playing, they feel embarrassment, and they feel sorrow. That's not instinct, that's empathy. That wordless language affirms the status of the mountain gorilla. But Uganda's borders are also the boundaries of peace. Now cross the snow-capped peaks of the Rwenzori Mountains and fall into a green abyss, where GPS maps become meaningless. Here, the legend of King Kong is more than just cinema, it is biological reality. Welcome to Congo. Survive the lair of King Kong and predators. The giant, rare primates move silently, but never let their guard down. Each step they take can shake the ground, yet dangerous eyes are always watching from the shadows. Hidden in the darkness, the leopard waits for the perfect moment, as quiet as a shadow, its eyes glowing like embers stalking through the night. High above, the eastern chimpanzee swings through the canopy, proud of its superior intelligence among the primates. Crocodiles lie motionless in the swamps and deep rivers like rocks in the water. When prey comes within reach, the crocodile's snap is as swift as lightning. A creature succumbs. In this place where nature reigns supreme and King Kong remains a mysterious legend, the most fearsome predators never cease their struggle to survive. Every creature must fight for every minute, every second. There is no peace, only vigilance. The Democratic Republic of Congo, DRC, is one of the world's most mysterious and resource-rich lands, home to the Congo rainforest, the second largest tropical rainforest, surpassed only by the Amazon. Covering nearly 900,000 square miles, the DRC ranks third in Africa, just behind Sudan and Algeria. With its breathtaking landscapes and diverse ecosystems, the Congo resembles an undiscovered natural kingdom, where every forest and river carries tales of wildlife and the harshness of nature. The wild lands of Congo rest on the Congo Craton, one of the oldest and most stable geological formations on Earth. In the east, the Virunga Mountains rise like ancient giants. Mount Nyiragongo and Mount Nyamuragira, Two of the most active volcanoes continuously erupt, sending streams of molten lava like the breath of the earth. Nyiragongo, with the world's largest lava lake, can explode at any moment, like a furious wild beast. Hundreds of millions of years ago, when the wilds of Congo were part of the supercontinent Gondwana, the tectonic plates slowly separated, forming Africa and leaving the mark of time through ancient land masses. The Congo Craton, one of the most stable continental platforms on Earth, has existed for more than 2.5 billion years. This massive rock formation is the foundation of mineral wealth and vast rainforests, nurturing the Congo's ecosystem as we know it today. Around 200,000 years ago, early humans migrated to this region, surviving through hunting and gathering. By 5,000 years ago, the Bantu civilization flourished, bringing agriculture and resource exploitation. After gaining independence in 1960, Congo continued to face conflicts and unsustainable resource extraction. Despite many challenges, conservation efforts have increased in the past decade. Today, the Congo remains a symbol of nature's grandeur and untamed wilderness, while ongoing conservation efforts offer hope for the future of this challenging land. Located within the Congo River Basin in Central Africa, the Congo rainforest is one of the largest and most mysterious tropical rainforests on the planet. Spanning over 500 million acres, the Congo rainforest is like an endless green ocean stretching beneath the tropical skies. It is known as the green lung of Africa, holding 30 billion tons of carbon, helping to cool the planet's burning breath. The Congo rainforest stretches across 6 African nations and covers 60% of the Democratic Republic of Congo's land area. It serves as a vital shield protecting life, a heartbeat of the wild, and a natural treasure yet to be fully explored. Here, trees soar hundreds of feet into the air, creating a lush green canopy that shelters the ground below. More than 10,000 plant species thrive in this forest, with 30% being endemic, found nowhere else on Earth. In the deep tropical rainforests of Virunga National Park lives another intelligent and powerful primate, the eastern chimpanzee. This subspecies, scientifically known as Pan troglodytes schweinfurthi, is one of 4 subspecies of chimpanzees and primarily inhabits East Africa. Originating from a common ancestor with humans around 5 to 7 million years ago, the eastern chimpanzee shares 98% of its DNA with humans. Eastern chimpanzees have a complex social structure known as a fission-fusion society, where members split up to forage for food and then reunite. The alpha male, the strongest male in the group, dominates and protects the group through displays of strength, sometimes roaring across the forest. What makes the eastern chimpanzee of Virunga particularly remarkable is its advanced and flexible use of tools, especially for foraging and communication. They use sticks to fish for termites, leaves to drink water, and stones to crack open hard nuts. Though their diet is primarily plant-based, eastern chimpanzees also hunt small prey like monkeys, rabbits, and young wild pigs. These hunts highlight their extraordinary teamwork, coordination, and superior intelligence. In the dense forests of the northeastern Congolian lowland forests, the common chimpanzee, also known as the robust chimpanzee, Pan troglodytes Schweinfurthi, thrives by utilizing all available resources in the area. Chimpanzees are highly adaptable to various environments, ranging from dense tropical rainforests to open woodlands and savannas. They typically inhabit forested areas with abundant food sources like fruits, leaves, and insects. Like the eastern chimpanzee, the common chimpanzee lives in a fission-fusion society, with groups ranging from 20 to 150 individuals. Social relationships within common chimpanzee groups are highly complex. They often split into smaller foraging parties of 5 to 10 individuals and later regroup. Chimpanzees use more than 30 different gestures to communicate, demonstrating the intricate social dynamics of this primate species. Dominance among males can shift following power struggles for the alpha male position. Amidst the dense trees and thick vegetation, the leopard dominates the northeastern Congolian lowland forests as an apex predator. With its compact but muscular body, this large cat is perfectly adapted to move agilely through tall trees and across the forest floor, where it can execute surprise attacks with precision. The leopard's exceptional climbing ability allows it to evade dangerous enemies and ambush prey from above. A highly versatile predator, leopards can hunt anything from small monkeys, duikers, and small antelopes to birds and even fish. Leopards are masters of ambush hunting. They move stealthily under the cover of darkness, using trees and dense undergrowth as perfect camouflage before launching swift attacks from behind or above, relying on their sharp claws and strength to bring down their prey. With a single bite to the neck, the hunt ends in silence. But leopards don't stop there. They quickly ascend trees, carrying their prey high up into the branches, hiding it from other predators like hyenas or even rival leopards. Leopards are not just powerful hunters, but also play a crucial role in maintaining ecological balance. By controlling the populations of small and medium-sized animals, they prevent prey species from becoming overpopulated, thus ensuring the stability of the food chain in the ecosystem. To the east of the Congo rainforest ecosystem lies the eastern Congolian swamp forests, a region of perpetual wetlands where life thrives with every breath of the forest. At elevations ranging from 980 to 1,310 feet, the largest tributaries of the Congo River meander through, flowing past Stanley Falls near Kisangani, nourishing the lush swamp forests. With annual rainfall exceeding 80 inches, the air here is dense, humid, and stifling. There is no distinct dry season, only endless moisture, where water becomes the lifeblood of the land. the eastern Congolian swamp forests are home to wildlife that hides in the stillness. This region serves as a sanctuary for rare reptiles, amphibians, and primates. The calls of water birds echo through the dense canopy. Life in this forest is a perfect balance, where every plant and animal plays a crucial role in maintaining the delicate equilibrium of one of the world's most precious ecosystems. Amidst this environment, the shoebill stands motionless, like a statue in the oppressive quiet of nature. Measuring 43 to 55 inches in length with a wingspan of 7.5 to 8.5 feet, the shoebill is one of Africa's largest predatory birds. Its massive bill, up to 9 inches long, is uniquely shaped like a shoe, optimized for capturing slippery prey like fish and amphibians. With its silver-gray plumage and sturdy legs, the shoebill moves easily through the swampy terrain. This bird is famous for its unique hunting strategy. It stands still, sometimes for hours, waiting for unsuspecting prey to pass before launching a sudden, precise attack. The shoebill primarily hunts fish, including African lungfish and catfish, but it also eats frogs, small turtles, and even snakes. This bird plays an important role in the ecosystem of the eastern Congolian swamp forests, helping to regulate populations of fish and amphibians and maintaining ecological balance. However, with an estimated population of only 3,000 to 5,000 individuals, the shoebill faces the threat of extinction due to habitat loss and illegal hunting. Listed as vulnerable by the IUCN, the shoebill symbolizes the fragility of Africa's swamp ecosystems. Among the tall trees of the eastern Congolian swamp forests, the Angolan colobus moves gracefully through the canopy. With its striking black and white fur, this monkey is also known as the Angolan black and white colobus. Lacking thumbs, the Angolan colobus has evolved perfectly to climb through dense branches, where it spends most of its time foraging. The Angolan colobus is a specialized herbivore with a diet primarily consisting of leaves, bark, and young shoots, while fruit serves only as a secondary food source. In swamp areas like the eastern Congolian swamp forests, they rely on fibrous leaves, which are less nutritious due to the scarcity of fruit throughout the year. Angolan colobus monkeys particularly favor trees from the Fabaceae and Moraceae families. With their multi-chambered stomachs, they can digest leaves containing tannins and mild toxins, an advantage that allows them to survive in this challenging environment. When faced with predators, the Angolan colobus relies on its agility, moving swiftly through the treetops, rarely descending to the ground to avoid danger. The loud calls of adult males serve as a warning to the group, helping them escape from imminent threats. The Angolan colobus is an integral part of the dynamic landscape of Congo's swamps and wetlands, where life constantly evolves and adapts. Approximately 25.65% of the eastern Congolian swamp forests lie within protected areas. These regions include notable names like Salonga National Park, Lomami National Park, Yangambi Biosphere Reserve, and other vital nature reserves. Salonga, covering a vast area of over 14,000 square miles, is not only Africa's largest tropical forest park, but also one of the world's biodiversity hotspots. The park plays a crucial role in regulating the climate, acting as a giant green lung for the Congo Basin. Salonga is located in the heart of the Congo River Basin and is divided into two parts, North Salonga and South Salonga, connected by dense tropical forest corridors that form a pristine closed ecosystem with minimal human interference. This area was designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1984. With a humid tropical climate, average temperatures ranging from 73 to 81 degrees Fahrenheit, and annual rainfall between 59 and 78 inches, Salonga provides the perfect conditions for a rich and diverse ecosystem to thrive. The park is home to numerous endemic species, many of which are listed as endangered by the IUCN. One of these species is the bonobo, also known as the pygmy chimpanzee or dwarf chimpanzee. This primate exists only in the Democratic Republic of Congo, DRC, and Salonga is home to about 40% of the global bonobo population. Bonobos are the closest living relatives to humans, sharing up to 98.7% of our DNA, according to research by the Max Planck Institute for Evolutionary Anthropology in 2023. The split from the common ancestor of the bonobo and common chimpanzee occurred around 1 to 2 million years ago, when the Congo River divided primate populations, creating two distinct species. While chimpanzees evolved to the north, bonobos primarily inhabit the southern vast rainforests. One unique feature of bonobos is their matriarchal social structure. Unlike chimpanzees, where males dominate, bonobo society is led by females. Adult females form strong bonds and lead the group, while males hold lower social ranks. Bonobos are omnivores, with a diet consisting mainly of fruits, leaves, and insects. Fruits from the Moraceae family make up a large portion of their diet, but they also consume various soft plants and occasionally young birds. At Salonga, bonobos travel up to 3 miles daily in search of seasonal fruit. They play a critical role in maintaining the ecological balance of Salonga National Park and preserving the priceless natural heritage of the Congo Basin. The pristine forests of the northwestern Congolian lowland forests stretch across the tri-border region of Cameroon, Gabon, the Republic of the Congo, and the Central African Republic. Like an endless green blanket, this forest extends more than 310 miles from west to east and 435 miles from north to south. At an elevation of 1,740 feet, the Shailu Mountains rise like protective pillars for the entire region, where the lush green vegetation stretches to the horizon. This is a land of relentless rainfall, with an annual average of 55 to 79 inches. A humid, tropical monsoon climate envelops the area in constant freshness. The dense, evergreen broadleaf forests, which cover over 90% of the area, form a thick maze, with towering trees like Entandrophragma congruens, Pericopsis elata, and Gilbertiodendron duevre competing for the sky. Rivers snake through the landscape, bordered by raffia palms, serving as lifelines that nourish the ecosystem. In the depths of these forests, life pulses with energy. The calls of primates echo throughout the area. This region is renowned for having the highest density of primate species in Africa. The western lowland gorilla, the largest primate species living in the lowland forests of northwest Congo, inhabits this region. According to the Max Planck Institute, the western lowland gorilla diverged from the common ancestor of other gorilla species about 2 million years ago. This divergence occurred as habitats in West and Central Africa changed, isolating gorilla populations into distinct subspecies. Although the western lowland gorilla is the smallest subspecies, adult silverback males can still weigh up to 400 pounds and stand 5 to 6 feet tall. They are known for their thick, dark brown fur and the silver streak of hair running along their backs, symbolizing power and leadership within the group. This fur not only serves as a distinguishing feature, but also helps it adapt to the humid rainforest environment. Western lowland gorillas have a diverse diet, ranging from leaves and bark to fruits, and occasionally insects like ants and termites. They move nimbly through dense forests, often climbing to forage for food in the trees. When fruit becomes scarce during the dry season, they switch to fiber-rich leaves and stems to sustain their energy. An individual gorilla can consume up to 88 pounds of food daily, mostly consisting of plant matter. The rawest monkey, also known as the mountain monkey, is a characteristic primate of the hilly regions of Central and East Africa, particularly thriving in the dense, moist rainforests of the Rwenzori Mountains. Belonging to the genus Allocrocibus, the rawest monkey diverged from a common ancestor with other guenon monkeys about 1 to 2 million years ago. Living at altitudes ranging from 2,950 to 8,200 feet, this monkey species has evolved to adapt to the harsh conditions of high-altitude forests. They live in small groups of 10 to 20 individuals with a tightly knit social structure where adult males take on the role of leading and protecting the group. Rawest monkeys are highly social, with group members frequently grooming and caring for one another to strengthen bonds. When threatened by predators like leopards or crowned eagles, they quickly climb high into the treetops and emit alarm calls to protect the troop. The mountainous and forested environment provides the ideal setting for rawest monkey to aid in seed dispersal, contributing to the plant diversity of the northwestern Congolian lowland forests. Stretching nearly 750 miles along the western bank of the Congo River, the western Congolian swamp forests flow like a powerful current through vast, waterlogged forests. This land, teeming with life and mystery, is like a deep green veil draping over Central Africa, where waters weave through alluvial forests. The Congo River, spanning up to 9 miles wide, winds like a silver ribbon around densely forested islands, bringing life to every creature here. The wetlands and swamp forests of the western Congolian swamp forests provide an ideal habitat for the sitatunga, a unique semi-aquatic antelope found in Central and East Africa. With its rich network of rivers and marshes, this region offers abundant resources for the sitatunga, allowing it to move and forage easily in the waterlogged areas. The sitatunga is a medium-sized antelope, with males typically weighing between 168 to 262 pounds and standing about 28 to 46 inches tall at the shoulder, while females are lighter, weighing between 53 to 126 pounds. A distinguishing feature of males is their spiral-shaped horns, which can grow between 18 to 36 inches long, helping them navigate through dense vegetation. To adapt to the swampy environment, Sitatungas have long legs and wide splayed hooves, shaped like bananas, which allow them to move easily through deep water. Their water-resistant coat protects them from mud and wet grass. With flexible ankle joints and keen hearing, they can detect predators even in environments with limited visibility. Sitatungas are herbivores, primarily feeding on fresh grasses, sedges, and leaves. During the dry season, when water levels recede, they can stand on their hind legs to reach high branches. Their foraging habits change with the seasons, and they mostly feed along the edges of the wetlands. In the dense forests of the western Congolian swamp forests, the African forest elephant, Loxodonta cyclotis, moves silently through thick vegetation. Though smaller than the African bush elephant, the forest elephant still exudes the grandeur of a giant. Adult males stand between 8 to 10 feet tall and weigh approximately 4,400 to 9,900 pounds. The forest elephant lives in a complex social structure, led by a matriarch, an adult female. The matriarch is responsible for protecting the group and guiding the herd in search of food and water. Forest elephant groups typically consist of females and their young, while adult males often live alone or in small bachelor groups. These elephants communicate with each other using infrasound, low-frequency calls that can travel long distances through the dense jungle. They also use their trunks for tactile communication, reinforcing social bonds and expressing care for other herd members. Forest elephants are herbivores, feeding primarily on leaves, grasses, fruits, and bark. According to the Wildlife Conservation Society in 2023, a forest elephant can consume up to 330 pounds of vegetation daily to sustain its massive body. During the dry season, when food is scarce, they use their tusks and trunks to strip bark and access nutrient-rich parts of plants. These elephants are not only symbols of strength, but also silent protectors of the ecosystem, playing a crucial role in maintaining forest health by dispersing seeds and creating clearings. However, they are on the brink of extinction. Excessive hunting during the 20th century caused their population to plummet. As of 2013, only about 30,000 forest elephants remained. Since 2021, the IUCN has classified the forest elephant as critically endangered. Conserving this species in the western Congolian swamp forests is not only a responsibility, but an urgent task to protect the Congo rainforest ecosystem. Located in the heart of the Democratic Republic of Congo, the central Congolian lowland forests unfold like a majestic portrait of untamed wilderness, where life seems to never stop. With its vast expanse, this forest is one of the last remaining primary rainforests in Africa, a place seemingly untouched by time. The equatorial climate blankets the entire region, maintaining a steady temperature of 75 degrees Fahrenheit to 81 degrees Fahrenheit year-round. This stability creates the perfect environment for vegetation to thrive. Torrential rains from March to June and September to November bring 60 to 80 inches of rainfall annually, keeping the soil moist and fertile. In this world, countless rare and endangered wildlife species find refuge. In the dense canopy of the central Congolian lowland forests, the crowned eagle soars silently above, its sharp eyes scanning the ground for prey. with a wingspan ranging from 6 to 6.5 feet and a body length of 31 to 35 inches. The crowned eagle is one of Africa's largest and most formidable birds of prey. Its dark brown plumage, prominent crest atop its head, and striking white-barred belly make this bird unmistakable. In the watery habitats and mangrove forests of the western Congolian swamp forests, the Nile monitor moves silently through dense vegetation. Measuring up to 8 feet in length and weighing between 11 to 33 pounds, it is one of the largest species in the Varanidae family in Africa. Its tough, dark brown or grey scales, speckled with yellow, provide perfect camouflage in the swamps and forests. A semi-aquatic species, the Nile monitor is an excellent swimmer. Its long, flattened tail acts like a paddle, allowing it to move swiftly through water. The Nile monitor can swim at speeds of 1.2 to 1.8 miles per hour and hold its breath for up to 30 minutes, making it a formidable underwater predator. Located in the heart of the Democratic Republic of Congo, Cuvette Centrale spans 56,000 square miles, resembling a giant mirror reflecting meandering rivers amidst deep, waterlogged swamps. This is not only Africa's largest wetland, but also one of the world's most globally significant ecosystems, with its ability to regulate the environment and maintain extraordinary biodiversity. Here, the network of rivers and swamps forms a complex web. Rivers like the Congo, Lulonga, Ruki, and Chuapa flow continuously, carrying life and sustaining an irreplaceable ecological rhythm. These wetlands are not only a refuge for many unique species, but also help reduce carbon emissions, slowing the process of climate change. The peaceful waters of Cuvette Centrale conceal a complex and vibrant ecosystem. It is home to 2 iconic African crocodile species that play essential roles in the food chain of the swamps and rivers. The Nile crocodile, a massive apex predator, can reach lengths of up to 20 feet and weigh as much as 2,200 pounds. Its powerful body and long head, equipped with formidable teeth, allow it to easily overpower large prey. In contrast, the African slender-snouted crocodile is a master of finesse. With its long, narrow snout, this crocodile is perfectly adapted to hunting fish and smaller aquatic animals. Much smaller than the Nile crocodile, it measures between 8 and 13 feet and weighs 275 to 715 pounds. However, its underwater hunting skills are highly refined, especially in the deep swamps and slow-moving rivers of Cuvette Centrale, where fish make up its primary diet. Unfortunately, as of the IUCN Red List 2024, the African slender-snouted crocodile has been classified as critically endangered, with only about 2,000 to 3,000 individuals remaining in the wild due to poaching and habitat loss. In contrast, the yellow-billed stork often hunts and lives in small groups of 5 to 10 individuals. Though during breeding seasons, or when food is abundant, they can gather in larger flocks. Their seasonal migration behavior takes them between wetland areas in Congo and other equatorial regions in search of water and food during the dry season. When water becomes scarce, they migrate to places like Cuvette Centrale, where stable rainfall and abundant food sources are available year-round. The yellow-billed stork is a large bird, measuring between 35 and 41 inches in length, with a wingspan reaching 59 to 65 inches. Their average weight ranges from 5 to 5.5 pounds. Their distinctive white plumage, contrasted by black wing and tail feathers, is easily recognizable, along with their long, curved, bright yellow bill. Amid the vast expanse of the African rainforests, the Atlantic equatorial coastal forests stretch over 73,200 square miles along the Atlantic coast. From the low northern hills to distant southern and eastern mountain ranges, this ecosystem is a vibrant, living canvas. These rainforests form a green mantle that covers the southwestern corner of Cameroon, the mainland of Equatorial Guinea, and the coastal plains of Gabon. Major rivers like the Sanaga and Congo wind through the landscape, like silver threads weaving through the ancient forest. In this forest, every tree branch and river is a vital part of a vast ecosystem. Mangrove forests line the coastal edges, forming a natural boundary where endemic animals find shelter, making this one of the world's most biodiverse regions. The Atlantic equatorial coastal forests, with all its richness and grandeur, truly stand as a natural gem. Hidden among the fallen leaves of the Atlantic equatorial coastal forests, the Gaboon viper, also known as the Gaboon adder, waits silently for an unfortunate prey. Its wide, triangular head and brilliantly patterned scales, blending hues of brown, yellow, and purple, make this snake a master of camouflage in the damp forest floor of the Congo rainforest. It looks like a dried leaf, perfectly blending into the landscape, leaving prey unaware of the lurking danger. When a rodent or bird unknowingly approaches, the Gaboon viper strikes in less than 0.5 seconds, giving its prey no time to react. With the longest fangs in the snake world, up to 2 inches, the Gaboon viper injects a massive dose of venom, from 200 to 600 milligrams in a single bite. There's no need to chase. The Gaboon viper simply waits for its prey to succumb before swallowing it whole. Its flexible jaw and expandable body allow it to consume prey many times larger than its head. The Gaboon viper's ambush strategy and potent venom make it one of the most formidable predators in the Atlantic equatorial coastal forests. Located in the southeast of the Democratic Republic of Congo, the Katanga Plateau rises to elevations between 3,900 and 5,900 feet, where grasslands and Mayombo woodlands intertwine with majestic hills. Katanga also serves as a natural carbon storage region, helping regulate the flow of major rivers like the Congo, contributing significantly to mitigating climate change. Its pristine landscape, with vast valleys and fast-flowing rivers, creates a vibrant land full of life. The plateau not only shelters wildlife, but serves as the ecological heart of the region, safeguarding the natural balance and its exceptional biodiversity. Here, lions, symbols of power and authority, play an essential role in the ecosystem. On the Katanga Plateau, the terrain of hills mixed with grasslands and sparse forests provides an ideal environment for lions. With abundant prey like antelope, buffalo and zebras, the lion population here remains stable. Lions, the only large cats that live in pride, typically form groups of 5 to 15 individuals. A pride consists of dominant males, lionesses, and cubs. Within the pride, males protect the territory, while the females are responsible for hunting and raising the young. The tight social interactions within the pride increase the lion's ability to defend territory and share food resources. Lions employ sophisticated hunting strategies. The lionesses, as the primary hunters, work in groups to surround and herd prey into a confined area. When hunting large animals like buffalo or zebras, they divide into two groups, causing panic and confusion in the prey from multiple directions. Research by the Wildlife Conservation Society in 2023 noted that on the Katanga Plateau, groups of 3 to 5 lionesses have high success rates when hunting antelope and buffalo. The harsh, dry season in Katanga tests the lion's survival skills. They adapt by hunting near water sources or in sparse forests where prey gathers. Lions also adjust their hunting times, becoming more active at night to avoid the daytime heat. Their hunting abilities and regulation of prey numbers help maintain the region's ecological balance and vegetation. However, according to the IUCN Red List in 2024, the lion population on the Katanga Plateau is in steep decline, with only 200 to 300 individuals remaining due to habitat loss and human-wildlife conflict. In the wild expanse of the Katanga Plateau, the eerie laughter of the spotted hyena echoes, signaling ruthless hunts. With a body length of 37 to 65 inches and an average weight ranging from 99 to 198 pounds, the spotted hyena is the largest member of the Hyenidae family, known for its pack hunting prowess. They live in matriarchal social structures, where females dominate, controlling territory and food resources. Their hunts rely not only on individual strength, but also on the unity and close coordination of pack members. In the Katanga Plateau ecosystem, hyenas are not just hunters, but also fierce competitors. They often confront larger predators like lions and leopards to compete for food and territory. However, thanks to their aggressive nature and strong pack organization, they are able to steal prey from larger rivals in 20 to 30% of encounters, according to the Wildlife Conservation Society in 2023. Upemba National Park, spanning over 4,530 square miles in the southern Democratic Republic of Congo, is like a living masterpiece of Central African wilderness. This landscape, where flooded grasslands, swamps, and freshwater lakes converge, creates a richly diverse and vibrant ecosystem. Large rivers like the Lualaba weave through the savannas and Mayombo woodlands, forming a hydrological network that acts as the lifeblood of the entire region. During the dry months, as water recedes and the ground cracks, the resilient swamps retain the last remnants of water, sustaining countless species in this dynamic ecosystem. In Upemba National Park, the Grant's zebra thrives in grasslands, wetlands, and open woodlands. A subspecies of the plains zebra, Grant's zebra displays the familiar black and white stripes, with dense, narrow stripes on its back and legs. These stripes, while visually striking, also serve a functional role in deterring horseflies and parasitic insects. As non-selective grazers, Grant's zebras consume a wide range of grasses, from tough to tender varieties, making them well adapted to the harsh environment of the Katanga Plateau. During the dry season, when food becomes scarce, they migrate seasonally, heading toward the wetlands around Lake Upemba in search of fresh grass and water. Grant's zebras can travel 12 to 18 miles daily during migration, searching for food and water. Each day they consume 5.5 to 10 pounds of grass, not only maintaining their health, but also playing a key role in controlling grasslands and maintaining ecological balance in the area. Upemba National Park, with its expansive wetlands and lush grasslands, provides the perfect habitat for the wattled crane, Africa's largest crane species. These birds typically inhabit and nest in swamps and riverine wetlands, where they can easily find food and protect their nests. During the dry season, wattled cranes migrate to lowland marshes or wetlands near rivers to ensure a continuous food supply. A distinctive feature of the wattled crane is the pair of fleshy, wrinkled wattles under its chin, which play a crucial role in the species' social communication. Their large, pale grey beak is strong enough to hunt insects and small animals. As they move through wetlands, wattled cranes stimulate the growth of aquatic plants and help disperse seeds, while also regulating insect and small animal populations. With their presence, the ecosystem maintains balance, allowing for a diverse and thriving habitat. Located in the northeast of the Democratic Republic of Congo, Garamba National Park stretches across 1,900 square miles, a vast, untouched wilderness. This precious gem of African wildlife brings together expansive savannas, grasslands, dense forests, and wetlands, winding along the Dungu River. Rivers flow through the park like veins, keeping the ecosystem alive by providing water to the land and its wildlife. Garamba is one of the last strongholds of the Kordofan giraffe. This subspecies is smaller than other giraffe species, standing between 13.7 and 17.7 feet tall. The Kordofan giraffe has a light brown-yellow coat with irregular, smaller, dark patches compared to its distant relatives. Its small, horn-like protrusions, known as ossicones, are a distinctive feature of the species. According to the Giraffe Conservation Foundation in 2024, the population of Kordofan giraffes in Garamba has dwindled to only about 40 to 50 individuals. Poaching and habitat loss have pushed this subspecies to a critically endangered status. It is now one of the most at-risk giraffe subspecies facing extinction in Africa. Once a symbol of the grasslands in Garamba National Park, the northern white rhino now represents a tragic story of a species on the edge of extinction. Weighing between 4,000 and 7,700 pounds, the northern white rhino is the second largest land animal after the elephant. These rhinos have thick grey skin and two prominent horns, with the front horn reaching up to 5 feet in length. These very horns made them the target of poachers, driving the species toward extinction. In the past, Garamba was an ideal home for the northern white rhino, with vast grasslands providing abundant food. The northern white rhino is a specialized grazer, using its broad lips to feed on short grasses, consuming between 110 and 130 pounds of grass each day. Its role in maintaining ecological balance was crucial, as the rhino helped control grass growth, creating favorable conditions for other herbivores like antelopes, zebras, and buffalo to access food resources. However, due to rampant poaching and habitat destruction, the northern white rhino population declined dramatically. Garamba was once a major habitat for this species, but today only 2 female northern white rhinos remain in captivity, both unable to reproduce naturally. Conservation efforts are underway, with hopes of reviving the species through artificial reproduction techniques and embryo transfers from southern white rhinos. Scientists are hopeful that, with modern technology, they may one day restore the population, bringing the northern white rhino back to roam Garamba's sunlit grasslands. The dire situation facing wildlife struggling to survive in Congo has sounded an urgent alarm for humanity. With uncontrolled human intervention, the impacts and changes caused by climate change are accelerating within the ecosystem at an unprecedented rate. Congo's forests are withering, and along with them, a portion of Earth's life that may never be restored. Climate change is altering the pulse of life in the Congo rainforest, where the delicate balance of nature has existed for millions of years. Rainfall is no longer regular, and extended droughts tear through the once lush landscape. The tropical rainforest, a complex ecosystem reliant on consistent rainfall, is now facing harsh dryness. Rivers that once roared now quietly dry up. Elephants, bonobos, and countless other species wander in search of water and food in a rapidly transforming environment. The instability of the climate has also increased the risk of wildfires, particularly in the drier forests of eastern and southern Congo. Wildfires, with their destructive force, not only burn vegetation, but also leave many animals homeless overnight. According to the 2023 Climate Change Impact Report on Central Africa, forest areas burned have increased by more than 30% compared to the previous decade. But climate change is only part of the story. The extraction of valuable minerals like cobalt, copper, and diamonds has brought economic prosperity, but has been a nightmare for nature. According to the WWF 2024 report, more than 70% of the world's cobalt supply comes from DRC. However, the scars from mining have torn apart pristine forest areas, destroying habitats for countless species. Streams that once ran crystal clear are now polluted with toxic chemicals from mining operations, causing irreversible negative impacts on the ecosystem. Bonobos and chimpanzees, 2 primate species that depend on primary forests, are disappearing. According to the IUCN Red List 2024, only about 15,000 to 20,000 bonobos remain, a significant decline from previous numbers. Illegal hunting also poses a grave threat. Elephants, rhinoceroses, and many primates face extinction due to poaching. According to WWF 2024, The elephant population in DRC has plummeted to just around 10,000 to 12,000, down from more than 100,000 in the 1980s. The African grey parrot, known for its ability to mimic human speech, has also fallen victim to illegal trade networks, with its population declining by more than 50% in the last decade. The forests, once the green lungs of the planet, are now being rapidly destroyed. Congo has lost over 1 million hectares of forest in just the past decade, largely due to mining, agricultural expansion, and illegal hunting. The legendary lair of King Kong will soon become a distant memory, forgotten forever as primate species vanish. The green heart of Africa will cease to beat if its strongest predators and rarest creatures fall, severing the food chain and the biodiversity that sustains this region. To address these issues, many conservation solutions have been implemented, combining efforts from international organizations, governments, and local communities. One of the strongest approaches has been the establishment and expansion of nature reserves. Virunga National Park, one of the most prominent parks in Congo, has become a symbol of nature protection. With support from organizations like WWF and the Virunga Foundation, the park is now effectively managed, protecting a wide range of wildlife and its rich ecosystems. Another example of successful conservation is the Eastern African Conservation Corridor project, which ran from 2022 to 2024. This project connected Kahuzi-Biega National Park with other areas to protect the eastern lowland gorilla from deforestation and poaching. In this challenging conservation journey, the recovery of the mountain gorilla in Virunga National Park is an incredible and inspiring effort. The mountain gorilla population in Virunga had severely declined in previous decades due to poaching for body parts to fuel the illegal wildlife trade. Additionally, prolonged armed conflict in the region led many refugees to enter the forest, engaging in illegal logging and poaching to survive. According to the IUCN Red List report from 2020, the mountain gorilla population in the park had fallen to fewer than 400 individuals. The Dian-Fossey Gorilla Fund has led efforts to conserve the mountain gorilla by monitoring populations and enhancing breeding activities. Their 2024 report revealed that the mountain gorilla population in Virunga National Park has surpassed 1,000 individuals, marking a significant achievement in conservation. The successful recovery story of the mountain gorilla in Virunga National Park shows that, with the participation of everyone, nature conservation is indeed possible. But conservation is not just the responsibility of a specific organization. It also lies in the awareness of each individual and community. Each of us can contribute to this journey by supporting conservation organizations, participating in responsible ecotourism, and refusing to buy wildlife products. Community education and the development of sustainable economic models, such as organic farming and beekeeping, also help local people reduce their dependence on forest resource extraction. Have you ever ventured into the colorful Congo rainforest and explored the lair of King Kong? If so, feel free to share your experiences in the comments below. Your stories can inspire and motivate ongoing efforts to conserve nature and wildlife in Congo, while preserving ecosystems for future generations. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell to join us on more magical adventures. where nature's stories are still waiting to be told.